Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
We're back. Hold on.
I love the sound effects this group makes all the time.
What do other ones where people are like no sounds whatsoever?
It's just less frequent and less how do we want to say, like
random?
What's the word? No, you guys are kind of like all together at the same time making the same sound effects without agreeing on it ahead of time. It's like improvisational and yet in sync somehow. So you guys are spot on.
Yeah.
We try.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Or the new. Oh, actually, Backstreet is back.
It is back, yeah.
Wait,
What's
Backstreet is back?
Backstreet is back. You didn't see
Son of a why? They don't want to come back.
Because they're like something like, it sounds like their new sound is like a mixture between K-pop and Maroon 5.
But how old are they? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they got to get that
Don't let
money
your dreams be
somehow.
dreams, my dude.
Yeah, their name is now the Backstreet Men. It's a little bit different.
Oh, is it?
That's a joke. I don't know. They're not the boys.
wow.
They're not the boys.
Yeah.
Boys are back in town.
Are they?
All right, so now we have this gate in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
How do I rotate my character? Because now it's over, the 17 is over where I rotate my character.
If you zoom in or out, then the things will change positions.
Okay.
It is a fun thing to work with.
Don't be ageist, Ryan, that's what they're saying.
Don't be ageist. Okay, sure. Yeah.
So are we murdering this whole tavern?
I'm.
Make the tavern, but I want to find the red-haired guy.
I want to find the rat and squish him.
I wonder if it would be pretty ballsy of us to just go up there and be like, sit down, order another drink. Like,
oh. Now do you want to talk?
The thing.
This side of this gate is locked.
there's no way to get it.
All right, well, let's bust it down. We have, I mean, for God's sakes.
You want to whack at it?
Yeah.
Can I get intelligence checks from the whole party?
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
We just got called dumb.
I got like a.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a 14.
I got a 19.
So the 19 is what we care about right now. TheOnlyRyan, you're pretty certain that the gate that you guys came through was never locked. So, you know, they just let you in and shut the gate. The one behind you is probably still open if you care about that.
Or we could try going through this gate because...
Totally, yeah.
I mean, we could always just do a lockpicking roll without any...
Does anyone have any lockpicking tools, though? Definitely not you.
Nope. I mean, we could just take things off corpse.
Which one would be lockpicking?
Corpse.
I don't think any of you are thieves that carry around lockpicks.
No, we don't. But I mean, we have this corpse that we could sharpen the bone or take a feather or two off.
Yeah, you could. You could spend some time trying to make lockpicks out of these things. Are any of you proficient in lockpicking?
No.
Excellent. All right.
Neither am I.
Let's just go back upstairs.
The other way?
Yeah.
All right.
He might be up there, dude.
All right.
All right. Oh.
Wait a second.
What?
This goes to the same place.
Does it?
Yes. Look, I'm on the other side now.
I can't see. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm making my way. Making my way down south. Walking fast. Are you walking all the way down?
So to your left, yeah, that's the up staircase that leaves the area.
Where are you, Lumen?
She's going in circles, but she's not supposed to. Stop it!
I'm sorry.
Stop it! You can't.
Oh, okay.
You're not supposed to walk through walls.
I'm just trying to...
She's walking through walls. It's okay. There we go.
So,
this gate is locked.
This is the way I saw the rat go.
Yeah.
Wait, are we not allowed to go this way? Now I'm confused.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
seem like we can go this way.
This yellow mark that I've made is locked gate.
To the outside.
Yeah,
this
we're
yellow mark right here?
This yellow mark that I'm pointing to is the locked gate. The direction that you guys are heading in right now is a passageway that just kind of continues and then quickly gets dark. Like, this previous room you were in was magically lit a little bit. This area is not, and so it just kind of...
It is a cantrip that can do it.
Wonderful. You light your mace and walk forward. This ends...
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, it just kind of, it goes for a few hundred feet and then dead ends with a little bit of a ladder.
All right.
The ladder goes up. Yeah, the ladder goes up a bit and goes to a manhole cover, which is locked, actually.
Okay.
It looks like this is the secret escape out the back end in case the authorities come and bust down the place. But they keep the secret exit door locked so no one can sneak in through it. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, but you found you found the secret escape route of the tavern. But you need it.
That's awesome.
Let's be a jerk. Do I have something that I can wedge in there that makes it very, very hard to open, even if it was unlocked?
Yeah, you could probably find something to wedge in there. What do you have? What do you got?
What do I got? I got crossbow bolts. I got, or not crossbow bolts. I got some of these extra bits and pieces from things, nothing like metal, I guess.
Okay.
I've got an herbal kit, so I might have spoons to stir my tea.
Sure, you could use the crossbow bolts and maybe a spoon from your herbalism kit, and you could just kind of
that door.
You could just fuck it up, you know? Give me...
Yeah!
Somebody give me an athletics check or a sleight of hand, one or the other.
I could roll. I have 0 sleight of hand.
Oh, there. Kupakins just walks to the front and jams his crap in here and fucks it up.
Kupa got it. Nice.
Yeah, you badly damage the lock. You get little bits of metal and wood in there. There's no way a key is ever gonna fit back into that lock again.
We're not spiteful.
This will be a lovely little surprise for whoever tries to escape out this back route one day.
Yep.
By the way, where's Sasha? Because if this was a dead end and...
She's a rat. She can slip through bars like that. She can transform at will.
Oh, it's just, I thought you said it was a manhole cover.
Yeah, it's the same one that you had. It's like a grate.
Okay.
Because they don't have the metallurgy to have big ass manhole covers. They just grate it off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine.
I guess we go back through the tavern way.
Yeah.
Sure. You guys head back into the tavern. How are you feeling about this? Are you boldly striding in, cautiously? Are you making a break for it?
No, I think it's just confident walking in. We're not, making a bull for it. We're just confident, yeah, we just screwed up that creature. Now are you going to...
I might get another ale. I might just order another ale really quick.
Yeah. So just be now are you going to talk to us or are you going to continue to be dicks?
You show back up here. Everyone in the tavern is going about their business. And, you're pretty far down. That was a heavily walled room. Chances are the people in this room didn't hear or know anything was going on down there. They probably didn't know about the battle at all. So everyone here is just kind of hanging out, and they're sipping their drinks. No, he's gone.
Yep.
He has fucked off somewhere. So the question is...
How do we find him?
What are you going to do now?
Definitely going to sit down and drink one more thing of ale.
Sure. There's some room at a table. At the bar for
I would also probably say, we should probably find an inn that we can rest up on.
Everybody's in chat is burn the tavern.
Burn it down.
Wait until our spells to replenish for tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. I think it'll be best.
Well, we could just scope the place because I'm pretty sure this dude comes by a lot. Or if anybody had tracking, we could probably figure out how to track him.
I have survival.
But that's not in urban areas, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time tracking him through city streets. There's not enough like signs of signs to disturb, and there's way too many people to like really track someone proper through the city streets like that.
All right.
So we go up to the barkeep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
that was a very bad peach bear.
You
cider.
are Trixie one, you are.
Excuse me, sir?
Where?
Ma'am?
Where's the red-headed man?
I don't think I've ever seen a red-headed man in here before.
I ordered a peach cider. You know what that means for Brutus, whatever red-haired man name.
You can see his eyes sort of like flare at you as kind of like a, what are you doing? You're like having a... No, excuse me, ma'am. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, cool. Well, he just tried to kill us, so...
that sounds terrible. You might need a drink to handle that.
You should tell me where to find him.
And I also take out one of my daggers and I just kind of put it right there on the thing right there.
I'm just like,
and I'm just kind of like I'm staying calm, but I'm just putting it right there. Just kind of like I am about to pop off if something just doesn't go in the right direction right now, because I have had it. The stupid fucking rat went out the opposite way.
My friend, I'm sorry. I am an innkeeper myself. I know. I'm sorry. Let me just give me a second. My friends have just drunk way too much tonight. I think that peach cider was a little off.
Maybe you should get them some rest before they do something stupid.
Yes, I understand that. No, thank you. I would just have to be wary about those peach ciders. Sometimes a few bad peaches can ruin the whole batch. You know that.
Oh, sorry about that. You know, we get our cider from different distributors every time, and, you know, we don't really know what's going to happen when we order it. We'll make sure to find a better distributor in the future. Sorry for any inconveniences.
No problem. You know, being a tavern owner myself, I was just wondering, slip a silver coin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you happen to know this particular brewer? Because I really want to make sure that the health quality is good. If you happen to know the distributor, just so I can tell them, like, hey, just letting you know your product isn't that great.
Yeah, you know, I think we got this from the Red Trading Company.
The Red Trading Company?
Yeah, that's where we got the last round of cider from. And, you know, I don't think we'll be seeing much of them in the future. I think they were just coming through town for a one-time sale, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think they've... sold all of their supplies and are going back to whatever they were doing before they got into the cider business.
Okay. Thank you for more day.
Of course.
You are very helpful, my friend. You have a wonderful day.
Take care of yourselves.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So, Trader Company, we gotta look at the docks then. I feel like the Red Trader Company, one time use only. What could they be trading to?
I'll take a cider. I'm still sitting at the bar.
Oh, you're gonna still sit there at the bar drinking?
Are we leaving? Or are we?
I thought we were leaving so we could find an inn or something to rest at.
Sure.
Yeah.
I take the mug of cider with me.
Okay.
I just kind of take my dagger and just drag it across the thing and sheath it and just.
Okay.
All right.
You guys head on out of the tavern, barely escaping death, because had you started a fight in there, you would all have died. Like, hands down, that bar's filled with, like, higher level fighters and thieves than you, and you all would have died miserably. I'm really glad you didn't start any shit.
Well, we got some information there one time. So they already made the deal, so the crown's already gone off of their hands, so...
All right, so that's actually a pretty observant thing there. The crown has probably gone on to its next destination, wherever that is.
We don't know, but I mean, we could try tracing the Red Trading Company. They said one-time deal. We check the docks before they leave, because they probably weren't planning on leaving as soon as we have made it.
Right. So.
Just saying. Don't mind me. I'm just a simple tavern keeper.
Right. So here you are in Fortune. You can go ahead and find yourself a tavern, or I'm sorry, an inn for the night. It's pretty late already. You guys are tired of hiking through sewers and rivers and fighting monsters and having people screw you over and betray you. Excuse me. You find a room for the night and you can sit down and get your rest. But while you're resting in there, what's your plan? What are you going to do next? What's your next move?
My thought was we would go hard and try finding the person.
Some muscle. I think we need muscle. These fights have been too close.
Yeah.
Comfort.
And with us down a fighter, especially a close quarters fighter.
We don't have enough money for muscles.
We didn't after all that money that we got from the Kraken or whatever.
Down, so
we got it. I remember it was a ton of money.
Yeah, there was a bunch of money that you guys got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't have it written down unless. Let's see. So if it's not written down, it's a problem. I know we had a couple of rubies.
I have a gem. It doesn't say what kind of gem, but I do have one gem.
Yeah, I think that was the same thing for me. Is that I have a one gem as well. But I just remember we had a ton of.
Oh, are you talking about the silver pieces
of cash?
500?
Or like we got a ton of cash.
Yeah, I have 496 silver pieces.
So that might be it. Maybe we did each take 500 silver pieces each.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been 2,000 silver, which is 20,000 copper, and that's a nice hefty amount of cash.
Okay, so we do have some, but I mean, the whole idea of this is the less people that know what's going on, and the quicker we can get this crown, the better. But we still need to figure out where it was transferred to.
Well, what clues have you guys gotten so far?
The trade was already made. The Red was the one who made it. He's already traded his good, and they're probably heading out right now. Like skedaddle. They might not even be in the city anymore because we saw somebody there aiming for it. So it's somebody here who would be willing to go into shady areas to get the crown.
Do we know some kind of history of Fortune?
Fortune is a plains town that is been in the same family for generations. It's kind of a quiet place. There's very rarely any news out of this area. It's like one of the flyover states. It's the Kansas of this area. So you hear things from time to time, but mostly you're like, I don't know, it's that place way out in the plains.
Yeah.
It's kind of a no-name, just it's out there. It's just a thing.
Okay.
I mean, the closest thing I could think of is figuring out if we can catch Red so he can tell us who, but he probably won't. We can't, I don't know how well you want to go try finding Sasha. Because Sasha doesn't know much. Red was the one who knew.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to catch him.
Well, he just kind of sauntered out. I mean, there was only... Are we going to assume that Red also he was able to use the back way? Because, I mean, if not, he went out the front way.
He went out the front way, but none of you
somebody in the
have
tavern
urban?
would have seen him.
Oh, wait. How far is that urchin? Is there lots of urchins that could help us find?
Lots of what?
Urchins. City urchins. I'm sure we could probably pay a few to help us.
Street rats?
Yep.
I don't mind that.
Maybe they can help. I don't know. You also know that this was an or have suspicions that this was an inside job.
Yeah.
Does that help you at all?
Inside job. But why would they take it far away to sell it back to there? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. No, it does, I guess.
Well, wait, isn't the crown is like a symbol? The Baroness was like super wanted to keep it super hush hush that it had been taken.
Yeah, she did. That's why we're not really.
Gotta be somebody who wanted to cause essentially political unrest. Like they wanted to set up the state for a potential like coup, maybe.
A coup. Who is next in line? We wouldn't even know that. Who's next in line, would we?
Well, it would be if the Baroness has children, then it's her children. If she doesn't have children, then it would be her next youngest sibling. If she doesn't have siblings, then it would be like her uncle or aunt.
Wouldn't it be well known if she does have siblings, though? Because
yeah. Why don't one of you guys... probably Lumen wouldn't know since you live in the wilds.
No, because I don't.
I would know because I live in the area.
Yeah. So you would know that the Baroness does not have any children, but she does have a younger brother.
Oh. And where does he live?
You know, he's kind of disappeared off the radar. She's been running things, and he has sort of... He's around somewhere, probably. He's got some, like, territory in the north. Whatever.
Okay.
So it's probably the brother that...
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna... You know what?
Brother was the one who sold it back. He basically sold it back to himself so that he could be victorious in returning it.
Or put it on himself. Well, we'll have to see. We're just guessing at things right now. Yeah. You know what? Redheads are not that usual for this area, if I'm correct, right? Or no?
Redheads are uncommon, generally speaking.
Yeah. Maybe if it's the next morning over, could I maybe speak to some urchins with while I'm passing out bread? Because I'm, of course, a traveling cornucopian monk. And I'm just going to basically ask around, I guess I'm looking for or no, I wouldn't say. It's like, how would I specify this? Oh, I'm looking for a wayward soul, or like a wayward friend of mine. Red hair, very uncommon in these ages. You would say he's touched by fire. Anyone happen to see my friend? Oh, just let me know. There might be a few extra bread rolls for you.
Okay. Why don't you give me a stall for time check?
Stall for time check. Go.
Why don't you give me a persuasion check to see if you can convince any of these people that might have information to...
+2.
All right.
+2. 14?
14, that's not bad. So you start asking around, and one of these little street kids, one of these little pieces of riffraff lying about, claims to have seen a red-headed man yesterday. Actually, late last night.
Late last night? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it would make my heart very glad to know that he is all right. Do you happen to know where he's at or anything while I'm putting more sweet buns?
He left out through the west gate late last night. Picked up some things from the guards at the gate and then took off.
That's
he picked up his weapon, so he actually went to the... Interesting that he went through the official ways. And was able to get his stuff from the guards. That's just... So he's gone. Since he's had all night to go through the west gate. Well, thank you, my child. May Cornucopius bless you.
Now, is there only one entrance in and out of this town?
Yeah, but we went another way. We wouldn't want to go out the same.
No. What I'm asking though is that if we'd be able to talk to any of the guards or anybody out there that would then know
it wouldn't be good
what direction.
Because we have our he could just be working for this person that's in the fort though too. We don't know.
Yeah, but you as a traveling monk is probably the you are disarming personality and all that kind of stuff. I don't think anyone would be suspicious of a monk when it comes to asking questions. Would they? Would you think they would be?
Depending. Street urchins, they don't know any better. Guards might.
Well, because we gotta, if we're gonna be tracking down this dude, do we need to figure out where he went?
I just wonder who he was talking to beforehand, because it's obvious that the trade-off happened before we even got there.
So you think the crown is still in the city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I guess bottom line is that, and then
is there a fence anywhere? Like, how would we find out where there's a fence?
Like a black market or something?
Yeah, thieves' guilds typically need a fence.
That is the Dark Tavern, or the Moon Tavern seemed like that was the place to do some shady stuff.
So perhaps we go asking around looking to buy a crown.
That just brings up a lot of suspicion already, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, a bottom line is that if we, at the very least, if we can actually, maybe we go back to the tavern and then we find out when's the next, sale going down, like when they're going to have, an auction or something or other, if they're going to have some kind of, bazaar, in the kind of sense of where, they aren't just going to have just a thing for just to sell one thing. So maybe we get lucky and then that crown is being sold amongst many other things.
Do you think the crown is going for open auction?
I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's going up for open auction, because this is clearly somebody spotted it. Somebody wanted this particular thing. They've gone through many chains, many lines to do it for this specific thing. And I could have just said something in general and the guy would not have reacted the way he would have if it wasn't for a specific person. So mine either go after the redhead, who could maybe point us a direction.
But by that time, though, if it's a hot ticket item like that, it's probably going to be sold soon.
No, it's already. I think the buyer's already got it.
So you think that the redhead sold it to the guy and then that's it?
Yep.
Can we ask the innkeeper? Because usually innkeepers have a decent knowledge of this.
So what do you think the chain of command or possession of this item is, right? So looks like a job that was inside job, right? Yeah. So in your mind, how does that go down? How do you go from someone wanting this to where rats stealing it? What is the chain of actions?
Well, they would have to devise a plan, find somebody to fill out that plan, agree on a price, agree on a meeting location prior to the thievery. And more than likely you would pay half up front, half when item is received.
So what role in this did that redheaded guy play?
He was just the delivery boy.
Yeah.
So you think he's the middleman between the guy who wants it and the were-rats? He's the go-between?
And also, it's very suspicious if this was taken by were-rats and somebody suddenly was talking to were-rats versus somebody talking to a human, if it is a human. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he could have very easily been a were-rat.
Could have. Well, I mean, it was a high-powered somebody who had a demon essentially under his...
So why did Sasha tell us to talk to him?
Sasha told you that was the guy who hired them to steal the crown.
So yeah, my thought is that that's the point of contact.
Or is that the guy who actually wanted the crown?
No, because the tavern's person said there was a one-time deal. This man was...
Gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
so we're not looking for him, really. He's just...
We're looking for his person who hired him. Who? Okay, hold on, because another thing would be thinking... This is like theories upon theories upon theories. Meeting this person. Because we already told the Baroness this was an inside job. We told her that. Right,
because there was all the things that they needed to get inside. Maps and keys and stuff.
Maps and keys and everything, so it was an inside job. She knows that.
Would we know what the Baron would look like?
Baroness?
Or the Baroness's brother?
No.
I don't think any of you have seen him.
No, we wouldn't know.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the political structure like in Fortune? Like, is it possible that they would want political unrest and maybe it's like a rival?
Let's see. The person in charge of Fortune is a count named Count Vicious. He already outranks the Baroness back in Honey Rapids. Like, he's already quite a bit above her in the political structure, and he runs this whole county, and she serves under a count of a different county. So separate counties share a border. This guy's already ahead of the Baroness. Maybe wants some. I don't know.
No, but if he's already ahead of it, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that means, yeah, there's only other option would be just going after Red. That's my only.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it doesn't seem like we've picked up enough information to go after somebody in this town. We would have to go hunt down Red, and then get the information from him to then find out who we need to see in this town. So kind of back to the original idea that I had, which was we need to talk to whoever's at the gates that would have remembered which way Red went.
Sure. So you'd want to talk to the guard who was on duty last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we would likely not actually go to the front gate. We would want to go to like the guards, like barracks, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, the options that we have, at least in my mind, is that we either have Brother Honeybuns, act like, he's traveling, he's, giving off the good word, and who doesn't think pastries don't, lube the talking wheels of excellence, or another thing that can always
while he's drinking.
Yeah.
Don't know who it is.
But we would need to know who it is first. Yeah.
And remind me, Koopa, when you transform, you become a very large animal, don't you?
Large.
So it's not like you could be an animal and listen on in.
A direwolf. I don't know. Can I transform into a?
It's a direwolf. That's like considered a weapon on its own.
Yeah.
Let's see. The druid can shapeshift into any beast that you have seen.
So I could transform into like a ferret, essentially.
Yeah, or just a normal dog. You know what I mean? Just.
Is there a size restriction? I don't think there's a size restriction. I think it's got to be at, no stronger than such and such a thing.
Yeah, it's a strength restriction, but if I'm just going as like a intel gathering mission.
Yeah.
So you nothing with a flying speed. So nothing flying, but you could become a dog.
Technically, I could do flying because I am Circle of the Moon. It unlocks but I can do a dog.
Yeah, you could just be a normal sized dog, so that way no one's gonna give you a second look necessarily, and you could listen on in.
All right. So you want to?
I love my ferret brethren.
Well, a ferret's gonna be a little very, very tiny.
Or like a squirrel. Are there squirrels in this town?
Not so much within the walls of the town.
I
Probably
feel like
rats
a
would be
dog or a cat would be fine.
A dog or a cat. Okay, let's do a cat then, because then I'll have a lot more dexterity to
That's true.
Jump around and such.
Sure.
As opposed to a dog, I'll be a lot more limited. With a cat, I can jump on walls and lay there, and it's not really like, what's this cat doing, laying on the top of a fence or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So you become a cat. What type of cat?
I'm going to be a short-haired calico cat.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Calico.
Okay.
Yes.
So you shape change into a short-haired calico, and go where?
So I guess we are going over to the guards' barracks, and I'm just gonna listen in and see if I can't hear who was on shift, or if there's somewhere where they would have like a ledger of shifts or something like that.
Oh, there's totally like a shift schedule, and like you're on here, and here's like your little punch in and punch out card, except it's not like an actual puncher, but you know, they've got like all the trappings of order and schedules.
Okay, cool. Well, then I would walk around and try to take a gander at that to see if I can't find whose name we would want to.
Yeah. So you can read, right? You know how to read.
I do.
Okay.
I know how to. I know common.
Perfect. So on the west gate, there were 4 guards last night.
Mm-hmm.
There was Jim, James, Jaina, and Janet.
Jim, James, Jaina, and Janet. All
Yes.
right. Perfect. Yeah. So, all right. I kind of prance out of there, and I'm like, meow. I'm just going. I go back to them, and I make sure that nobody can see me shift back to make sure there's no suspicion. And I'm like, all right. So, do they have last names? Did they have last names?
No, they're common peasants.
Okay.
In this world, only nobles get to have last names. Everyone else just gets a first name.
So we're looking for one of 4. We've got Jim, James, Jaina, and Janet, who were on the West Gate last night. We can try to find them at the tavern or a tavern. I imagine that they might want to take a load off. Were they working tonight as well, or?
Yep, they'll be working tonight. Same shift.
Okay, so they'll be working tonight. So we could either just talk to them tonight or try to find them in the barracks.
Is there actually a cornucopian monastery here?
There is not. No.
I should probably spell the word cornucopia. Well, while they're doing that today, I will go ahead and make my presence known so it doesn't get suspicious that all who hear. I could even do a sermon as well. But
so
I will have my weapons hidden. At least. I'll give it to. Come ye, come all, hear the word of cornucopius. Those who will feedeth thy, may your bellies be full. Hello. How are we doing?
You get a bunch of people coming around, and they start eating the pastries you hand out, and you preach the good word of cornucopius to the downtrodden and those that need uplifting.
Yes, I will do that. Do you want me to roll to see how uplifted they feel?
Yes, I would love that. And aside from trying to just blend in and not attract attention.
My sermon is not that good. They just want to listen to get the food.
Yeah, they're here for the food. They're clearly talking through your sermon and just like politely nodding along. You know, they got their cell phones up.
Oh, cornucopias. Yeah.
I'll follow you. Yeah, follow you for food. Yeah.
So, are we just waiting till nightfall? Is that what we decided?
Well, I'm just making my presence known so it doesn't look suspicious if I'm going around.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to wait until the evening, or do we want to try to find them when they're off shift?
I mean, you could just skulk around at different taverns, see if you could find out if Red talked to a particular person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm the word cornucopius is so bountiful, bounty.
I just don't want to split up the group. You know what I mean?
That's
like
fair.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm fine with hanging around. Just
well, I mean, you guys could go together. I'm on a hop in, hop out kind of thing. Yeah. Are you guys coming along with me? Are you guys going to be followers of Cornucopius as well?
I mean, I just.
Yeah.
I'd be wary of splitting up the group just in case in this town with everything that's gone on. If someone ended up, jumping you or something like that.
Yeah. All right.
He fears for your safety, brother.
Yeah.
I am very well protected.
Okay. So some time passes. We can just go to the next night if you want.
Yeah,
perfect.
Healings throughout the day. Do we get some?
You took a full rest, a long rest last night, so you're all at full HP.
If we're not doing anything tomorrow, I'll go ahead and heal everybody up the rest of the way.
You slept last night, so you should all be at full HP anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Perfect.
And we have all of our stuff back as well.
Yes, all of your spells and everything.
All spells.
That's the stuff I was talking about, yeah.
So that's the good stuff, yeah.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so that night you go to the west gate where the guards barracks is, and there are 4 of them on duty, 2 men and 2 women, and they're all standing about chatting, and as they see you guys walking towards them, they stop their chatter and look over to you, arms crossed. One of the women steps forward and says, hold on there, citizens. Are you hoping to leave tonight?
Oh, hello! I don't know if you heard. I've been going around to various areas. I am Brother Honeybun. Have you heard the word of Cornucopius yet? I know that you're...
Sorry, look, we're busy, we're working. You can come bother us another time with this nonsense.
Oh, wow. Oh, she does not like religion.
just got
hey, yesterday one of you was talking to a redheaded man. He's my friend and I'm looking for him, but I was told he left the city.
The guy with red hair and red beard took off last night.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like he's your friend, though. He was in quite a hurry.
Why
I think
would
you might have
friend?
been mistaken about that friendship. Let's just say maybe he wanted some distance from whatever friendship you guys have going on. You should probably just leave him be.
Sounds like you know this person. You want to tell us some more about this red-headed person?
She looks at you like, hold on, who the hell do you think you are? But continues to answer your questions anyway. Well, I don't know who you thought you were talking to. Maybe this is a different redhead. You know, they're not that uncommon, but our noble friend took off on a horse as fast as its legs would carry him last night.
When you say noble, do you by chance mean the Baroness's brother?
I don't know what Baroness or brother you're talking about, but he was well-spoken, a lot more well-spoken than you.
Well,
He's
I grew
definitely
up in
out
the
of your
woods,
league.
and I'm sure I was much, much happier as a child than you clearly were. So
I'm freaking.
yeah, I went.
Even I wince at that comment. Just
It's just...
also like
she's just a joke.
I don't understand what your implication is. Are you intending to be romantic?
Oh, my dear, it's okay. I know. I know it is a lot of things. I'll whisper to the side. He left her with child.
Oh,
That explains the hurry.
So as me being a monastic, I just wanted to know if we could somehow make it so this woman... Yes,
Well, if you find
don't worry
him,
about it.
find him, you let us know. Abandoning people is a crime in this part of the country. So you bring him back here and we can, we'll throw him in the stockades and shape him right up.
do you happen to know where he went?
West.
Was there a particular town he may have mentioned he was?
We didn't chat much. I just handed him back his weapons and he had a horse stabled outside.
So if we're in Fortune, then that means
Mead said it's west.
So wait, back to where we came from?
Because he's more than likely the Baroness's brother.
He's well spoken. Oh shoot, he was well spoken. All right, then we will be. Unless we must. Thank you for giving us your time. I'll hand her honey, but yes, we'll figure this matter out because we want to go ahead and make sure that he must be a father. Be a father.
Of course. And you might want to be a little bit more careful with your mood swings because you're being a little bit testy for talking to the city guard here, lady.
Do apologize,
I'm just looking around.
A lot of hormones and
I understand. My sister is pregnant now.
Apologize. Okay, and I just kind of put my arm around her like, okay, we're just gonna move along. All right.
Let us out, I guess. There you go.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can leave the city. That's fine. Yeah. They let you on out, and you are in the open plains. They do shut the gate behind you and won't let you back in though because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk to the stable people because he had a horse there?
Yeah.
Maybe able to get more information. Also, what was that nonsense about a father?
I don't know. Congrats.
What?
I will go ahead and mosey on to the stable.
Sometimes
it's because you eat my bread. You got obviously bread in your tummy. I just said you had a bun in the oven.
You had a bun in the oven.
Delicious bread. What?
So obviously I was telling the truth on this. She had.
What oven do you speak?
Your tummy, actually.
My tummy is an oven.
This is where I leave them to talk and I just keep on walking towards the stables over like I'm good.
Yeah, there's a small stable, room for maybe 10 horses or so out there. There's a couple of people hanging around.
So walking up to the people like, good evening, people. Just kind of curious on how much it would cost to possibly get a horse for the evening or a few.
Sorry, we stable other people's horses. We don't have any horses for sale or rent. Apologies. We should really hang a sign.
Interesting. Oh man, that sucks. Well, you actually some very beautiful horses here. These look actually some fine breeds. I was kind of curious. I've been looking for a friend of mine, and I remember he had a really nice horse. Do you remember any horses that have kind of like stood out in your mind these last couple of days that's pertain to look like a particular really fine breed?
A couple days ago. No, it's been about a couple of weeks ago, actually, maybe a week or two ago. There was this guy that came in with the most impressive Arabian, prime condition, great bridle, well decorated, recently trimmed hair. It was a sight. It was an honor to stable that horse. I almost didn't even charge him just for the pleasure of.
I can imagine. Holy crap, that sounds. Do you remember what colors the horse was flying? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, of course. It has this tawny color with a few black spots around the haunches on the backside. Really weird. It must have been some sort of like mix because Arabians are usually monochromatic. So
yeah, wow, that sounds really unique. Wow, cool. Well, I kind of turned to Brother Honeybun, kind of like seeing if there's any questions, because it seems like we built up a good little rapport with this guy, and he doesn't seem to be, suspicious of anything. Brother Honeybun.
What, you want me to see if he's telling the truth?
No. If you have any other questions, anything you'd be kind of curious about. Do you want to spread the good word of cornucopia?
Oh, I do want to spread the good word of cornucopia. If you guys want to go check out things, I don't know. I could just be distracting while I tell this person about cornucopias.
That would be.
Oh, do you actually own a tavern here at this blah 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 establishment?
Should I go and turn into a cat and try to find the description of the horse in a ledger?
Yeah, I would say, see if you can find anything in the back room while we
Distraction, cornucopias, plentiful. Oh, I love these breeding horses. Old horses also make very good stew meat. Distraction.
There's lots of like trying to. Okay, that.
Distraction. Oh, you know what's very good? This ale. Oh, you know what's best to feed.
I don't drink. I'm trying to cut out sugar.
Horses are.
You should really try some of Honey Bun's buns. Actually,
I'm really trying to cut out the sugar.
Honey Bun. I think you should probably give him a few more. Actually,
honey buns.
There you go. I mean, you know a lot about horses. I really feel like you would really enjoy these kind of things. Especially, hey, can you give him these Honey Buns to?
Hey, I think I hear my mom calling. Hold on. Meanwhile, the cat slips into the side room where they have their ledger of horses and names and everything, and there are 4 names that are recently crossed off, all with the same color ink. There are names of owners, and then descriptions of the horse, and then the stall number that they were in. One of them matches the description that you've just been given, and it was delivered by a John, like the most generic name you could possibly have.
Yeah. Do you think they would, though? Because what I was also asking when it came to colors was, color of flags, color of typically horses, especially ones from
well, would I actually recognize that flag color?
Well,
that's what I was kind of curious about.
They didn't write down any signs or sigils, and or the horse wasn't flying any. So it just says like Arabian, check-in date this time, check-out date that time, day and time, owner John, and then there's like a brief description of John, which does match the guy that you saw in the tavern.
The redhead.
All right, and excuse me, sir. Actually, before we just cut out here, I do apologize for taking up.
He doesn't mind as I shove more. Oh, you said your mother's in there. Let me go ahead and give more.
Beforehand, I actually just have one last question. Because I mean, I'm a fellow equine lover myself, and would love to actually take a look at some of these amazing horses you described. Do you know which direction the person took off in? Because I'd like to actually see if I can track him down. Northwest-ish, actually. I think he was going towards the river fording. I mean, only left like last night. You might be, if you leave right now, you might actually be able to catch up to him. Towards just a clarification, towards Meadstead, would you say about?
Maybe. That sounds like it could be a great destination. Yeah, he was going for that river crossing. The one a few miles out of town, just along the river crux. Cool. Yeah.
Well, I apologize.
River Crux. Oh, okay. That's
yeah. So I apologize for taking up your time. You have a beautiful, wonderful night, and thank you so much once again.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.
Don't forget about cornucopias.
Well, definitely
and
not.
Tell your mother I said hi as well.
Yep. Yep. And just so you know, we also have another stable on the other side of the city in case you ever come back and want to try the other stable instead of this one. Bye. Bye.
Perfect. And
I'm staying as a cat.
You're just gonna stay as a cat.
Okay. Meet up with them since we're out of the city. We can meet up and get on our steeds or some sort.
Yeah. Well, we can meet up and grab our animals and all that kind of stuff too.
Right. So. Yeah. You'll have to like do a little wind back to go back to the sewers where you find Niga with the animals. She lets you know that she doesn't care about this crown anymore. She's got better shit to do, so she gives you your animals and leaves.
She got a lot of money anyways. That's enough money to take
care of her. She'll take care of her people. She'll be fine. She doesn't need this anymore.
Okay, can we ask and see if she doesn't, if there's some money that she doesn't need that, be fine? Maybe give into us?
She is not willing to donate to your charity.
Man. All right.
I mean, she's an orc. What'd you expect?
Fair enough. All right, so then I guess we're gonna head towards the River Crux, and
I mean, if there happens to be some horses we could pick up on the way, because it is nighttime.
There is a stable with horses in it that you could try and steal if you want to then have it reported to the guards and be chased down by people on horseback.
I'm fine with not doing that. So, oh, by the way, can we get our characters back to full?
Oh,
full
it's already been.
health?
It's already been.
Yeah, we can.
Well, no, I'm just looking at our life bars on the roll.
Oh, sure. You can adjust them, or I can adjust them, or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know we could do that.
You can adjust them. Yeah, if you click on the token, there are little circles above it. The green one is your HP, so you can just like modify as will.
Cool. And then I think we just need our
down to the river.
Do we level up yet? I feel like we haven't leveled up.
We haven't given experience for this session yet. No. Yeah.
Run to the river. Sorry, I'm just walking.
So there is a crossing on the river, like right here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So you can just cross the River Crux. And are you headed back to Meadstead?
Well, the guy said it made it. The guy made it sound like it was down on River Crux or something like that. So
he was headed towards the crossing.
The crossing on there, but I mean, if we're far enough, the trail's only a day old. Could we?
Oh yeah, can I try to do that? Because I have survival.
Yeah, you could try and track the trail. What is your survival roll there? Ooh, a 13 for a day-old track just outside of town. I don't think that's going to cut it yet. Why don't you give me?
I just cast guidance?
Oh, let's get some guidance in here.
And does nature have any pull in that?
It's either survival or nature for tracking, and I never remember which one it's supposed to be.
D4, it adds a D4 essentially to your.
Yeah,
I have already +3 in my nature, so
give me another D4 on top. Oh my god! So that's now a 17, and that will do it. You will pick up some trails right around that. Across the ford, there's a bunch of like different tracks that split off, and there's only one that is a single mounted horse. The others are like 2 horses or 3 horses, or whatever. So you find a trail that does lead out across the Golden Sea in that direction.
All right.
It does look like it's going to Meadstead.
Dang.
Yay.
This is the song that it's full circle. It's the circle of
life. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Oh,
some people started singing it.
All right, so you guys get to Meadstead. There's no encounters. There's no chimeras. You're just there. All right, you make it to Meadstead. It's fine.
We need to sing every single time.
Yeah, I know, right? You should just start off now. 99 bottles of beer.
Oh God! All right, you're back. What do you guys do now that you're back in Meadstead 2 days later?
We finally found Koibu's weakness: repetitive singing.
Yeah.
Off-tone repetitive singing.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go. That's how we do.
Power of music.
All right. So, is there a way for us to did the Baroness give us a secret, hey, this is how we get in contact, kind of thing?
Yeah. You were supposed to go talk to one of her serving girls about a birthday present or something.
Oh yeah, birthday present.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the tracks all come back here.
I think you sort of lose the tracks over the 3 days that you're going across the open plain, but they're definitely headed
this
for
way.
Meadstead. Yeah, they're headed in that line-ish. Maybe it does gets here and then goes somewhere else, but
this is my hometown area. So would I, since I have established links, I'll just go to my regular people, be like, hey, have you seen a person of this description?
So you start asking for a person of that description, and they're like, I haven't seen anyone like that recently, but isn't that what the Baroness's brother looks like? Redheaded bloke, right?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Maybe.
Oh, darn it. I hope he's not trying to figure out what the plan was for the birthday surprise. I mean, the nothing birthday surprise. Nope.
Are you talking to one of the Baroness's people at this point, or just random civilians in town?
I think I would do random civilians first, and then we'll talk. Well, no, this is a fast knowledge. We should just tell. Flip it. Evens, I'm talking to random citizens. Odds, I'm talking to the Baroness's people.
Sure.
Oh, I'm talking to the Baroness's people.
Yeah, so you begin to give a description of this guy. Red hair, about, 6 feet tall, a little scrawny and scruffy. And they're like, oh, yeah, that sounds like Steven, right?
Then I would like to talk to the Baron. Well, if it's the handmaid. Oh, I gotta tell her about the update on the gift that she wanted. Yeah. So
the handmaid will lead you to an area, and a few minutes later, the Baroness will come join you. Seeing just 3 of you, and because with her bodyguards, of course. Did you find everything that we were looking for?
Yes, and we weren't able to. It slipped right out of our hands, but I was able to get a look on who has it, and I will tell her the description.
She sits in silence, and then motions for you guys to follow her, and walks down a couple of halls and leads you to a portrait of her brother from a few years back, and it's definitely the same guy.
Yes.
Well then.
I mean, you could go ahead. Yep.
That's the guy.
That's him. That my brother has hired little rats to sneak into my home, into my fortified home, and steal my crown.
Yeah,
and tried to kill you too, right?
Yeah,
terrible.
That was kind of,
and then
that was
I'll go
kind of
ahead
something.
and place down at her feet, basically all the various different things.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I think it's time we pay him a visit. How do you feel about marching under my sigil and arresting my brother and bringing him back here to
I'm perfectly fine with this.
Face the proper punishment?
I'm fine with this. But I pray tell, what would be the proper punishment?
Oh, conspiracy to overthrow your rightful ruler? I believe that is life imprisonment for a noble or death for a commoner. We could strip him of his rank and then sentence him to death, or maybe exile. I haven't quite figured it out, but it'll be bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with all of these. So sure.
I'm open to taking suggestions too. Any of you have proper
the one that ends in death? I'm actually perfectly fine with.
Usurpers are dangerous creatures, especially if they've managed to steal a crown. Death does seem pretty reasonable.
I would not exile him because he could always try again.
Well, I will have to. I'll bring it to the Count here, and I'm sure they will see it our way.
Well, but I mean, the only thing is that we have to probably not make such a big deal, because then they'll know absolutely that something has happened. So we could go in secret with some guards, maybe in black armor.
Well, if there's too many people, he might be suspicious. Granted, he's already seen you, so maybe I should hire other people for this job.
I mean, we would be happy to help out.
Yes.
He has a small manor in the north, on the other side of Honey Rapids, at the base of the foothills.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where he has gone now, but it might be worth checking out. And if he's there,
also
we
kind
can
of
just
curious
arrest him.
if you really wanted to catch him off guards, maybe you could send for him for, I don't know, particular gala or some kind of event you want to put on, and that way we take him out of his, natural environment, and he won't have as many guards around him and that kind of stuff. If you set it up for a party or something in his honor, maybe even.
That's true.
This is a family matter, so you could say
true. You would have no reason to be suspicious of you.
Well, I will take it under advisement. I will speak with my closest, most trusted advisors, and we'll get back to you tomorrow with a plan. You still have the property down in, the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Then you shall get a summons tomorrow, and we shall sort this out.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
And I think with that, we're going to end our session for today.
Oh, yeah.
And the next time we come back, we will we'll develop a plan to get this guy, this Lord Stephen. Technically, he's not even a lord.
Stephen.
Yes.
Stephen. How dare
The vicious and vile Lord Stephen.
Yeah, Cooper, you called it. It was the brother.
I called it.
You called it.
You called it.
Yep.
I called it. But apparently, I'm also pregnant.
At least to this one guard, you're pregnant with
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to
child.
that I am eating the most delicious fish and chips.
Oh my!
You're killing me. You're killing me.
That's
I'm on
pretty funny.
keto, so no sugars and no carbs.
So if they actually did remember, like if the guards actually did know who that royalty was, there's just a rumor that you're pregnant with this child. You should actually roll to see if that gets around percentage-wise. That would be great.
Really.
That would be great.
You know, guards do talk.
You talk,
They do
so
talk,
you should
yeah.
roll, Koopa, to see.
What do I roll? Just 1d20?
Sure.
Oh, you want to call it?
Roll a d20. Let's see how this goes.
No.
There is definitely talks. I don't know if anyone would have recognized him, but there's definitely talks spreading around fortune of the nobleman who eloped or took off after impregnating a local. And the word gets spread that you should not trust the red-headed men in this part of the town, in this part of the world. So,
oh gosh, you just made people.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Great. Redheads will run out on you.
Yeah, I can't trust a redhead. All right.
Oh god.
My people.
Especially with your
that's
ladies.
awesome. Yeah. Hide your women.
Hide your women.
Hide your wife.
All right, and with that, let's do some shout-outs and end our show for the day.
Yes.
Brother Honeybun, why don't you start us off?
Oh, hello. I am actually not just a very handsome man, as you can see here. I am actually a bonsai baby. I do woodworking, cooking. We also have my own tabletop role-playing games. Alternatively, Legends of the Five Rings and Shadowrun on Saturdays, every other Saturday. That's very cool. We're probably just going to go full swing into Shadowrun soon.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And TheOnlyRyan?
Variety caster, because I know how rare those are here on Twitch.
Sorry.
But
sorry.
no worries. Actually, gonna go live right after this. We are doing some Persona 5 gameplay. Loving that game. Absolutely. That's why I'm even dressed like this, because I'm about to put this on and cosplay as one of the characters. And then tomorrow we hit that Dauntless train. And while still raising money for St. Jude, we're at $41,000 so far, and going to try to hit 50K. And if we do, I have to stream waxing my legs.
Oh!
I'll go get it professionally done.
Chest hair or anything.
I don't have chest hair.
Oh, you don't have chest hair.
No,
Okay.
I'm Irish in the truest sense of that. I'm not a very hairy person. So,
wait, I thought Irish people were.
That's a new stereotype on me.
Yeah. I'm Black Irish, so it means I'm also from a long time ago. Spaniards came over to Ireland, and Black Irish people typically do not have a whole lot of hair.
Oh, because I was like, Mr. B's just like got slapped with a hairy stick, so I'm like, he's Irish.
Anyway, so there you go. And,
Sorry, hi.
Koopa,
you go ahead and tell us about everything.
So I'm a variety streamer and a creative streamer. I love Persona 5, and I don't know if you've heard my ASMR whispers, but I can definitely make you a cosplay for TwitchCon if that's something you're interested in, because I will definitely be bringing Futaba. Anyways, I love Persona.
I'd be fine with this.
I am currently working on a Sailor Watch group, which is Sailor Moon and Overwatch mashup. And I'm playing God of War. Oh, and since we're talking about charity, I should have my head for charity. Because we raised $2,500.
Woo! 25!
So now I can cosplay Kratos.
I cannot wait to see that. That's
I'm
gonna
really
be badass.
excited for it, actually. And I stream at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But it's going to be a little wonky this week, starting tomorrow, because I will be flying to Atlanta to visit my friend Louie. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, that's my little spiel.
All right. As for me, I'm Koibu. You can find me here on twitch.tv/Koibu. I do D&D and D&D other related activities, and that's about it. That's what we do here. Maybe little Heroes of the Storm every now and then, but mostly
Dread is amazing.
D&D campaigns. Yep, that's it. So we'll see you guys around. We will have another game next week, but we're going to have to work out some scheduling details. So stay tuned to our Twitters for finding out when that'll be.
Works for me.
Cool. Yes.
All right. Good night or good afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.